The Soviet Union was known for creating some of the most insane machines ever built. Massive military vehicles and groundbreaking designs weren't just impressive, they were built to dominate. Prepare to be stunned by the sheer scale, power, and creativity behind these one-of-a-kind Soviet machines that shocked the entire world.
The Mi-12 was the largest helicopter ever built. There were only 2 built, and this is the only flying example.
Quick, immune to mines, torpedoes, and anti-submarine nets, this monstrous vehicle part ship and part airplane was an experimental transport vehicle designed by the Central Hydrofoil Design Bureau in the 1960s to serve benefits from both worlds.
I operated the propulsion units from here. It's a great machine. Just incredible.
The ekranoplan was operated by 5 crew who could transport cargo weighing 544 tons while staying under the enemy radar.
There are hardly words. We were so proud of our country at the time for developing such, let's call them products, unlike what any other country in the world had.
It was based in the Caspian Sea and never entered military service in the Soviet Navy due to the fall of the Soviet Union. Its capability caused a great deal of concern for the CIA after the discovery during the peak of Cold War that they named it the Caspian Sea Monster.
Everything is ruined. The work of so many designers and engineers. But at least it's still standing here.
Mil V-12.
The Mi-12 was the largest helicopter ever built. There were only 2 built, and this is the only flying example.
When it comes to the Soviets, they were the undisputed kings of jumbo vehicles, especially in the skies. For instance, Mil V-12 is by far the largest helicopter ever built. The length of the V-12 from front to back is 37 meters and 67 meters of wingspan from one rotor to the other rotor blades. This behemoth weighs 97 tons, and that is when it's empty. It is powered by dual rotors and is powered using a set of Soloviev D-25F turboshaft engines that enable it to move 160 miles per hour with a range of just 310 miles. The helicopter is capable and intended to lift major items such as 8K-67, 8K-75, and 8K-82 intercontinental ballistic missiles to move them in remote regions to hide weighing between 20 to 25 tons. It has a double-decker cockpit for operation that needs a 6-man crew, a pilot, co-pilot, flight engineer, electrician on the lower deck, and navigator and radio operator on the upper.
It was proposed to the military, but the military, oddly enough, said it was actually too big.
Its development was complete in 1962, but still took several years of testing until it was rendered useless as the United States was able to easily track it with new satellites.
You believe how big this thing? I wish I would have seen it fly, because it's absolutely amazing.
Antonov An-225. This plane held several records, including heaviest aircraft ever built and largest wingspan of any aircraft in operational service, heavier than the double-deck Airbus A-380. Originally designed in the 1980s by the Antonov Design Bureau in the Soviet Union to transport Berkut-class orbiters, but was mostly used as cargo aircraft. The plane was mostly used for commercial operation with Antonov Airlines, capable of carrying a maximum takeoff weight of 640 tons. It is powered by 6 Ivchenko Progress D-18T turbofan engines and landing gear system with 32 wheels. Only a single plane ever built, and a second aircraft was last brought up to 60-70% completion in 2009, but was abandoned due to lack of interest and funding. Due to its size and uniqueness, it attracted a high degree of public interest. Unfortunately, the completed An-225 was destroyed in the Battle of Antonov while it was at airport due to the 2022 Russia-Ukraine war.
Просто грусть такая, и даже не мог себе предположить, что такое вообще может случиться.
Tupolev Tu-144. speed, elegance, and a hint of Cold War rivalry, meet the Tupolev Tu-144, the Soviet Union's supersonic answer to the Concorde. With its sharp angular design and unbelievable Mach 2 speeds, this aircraft was built for one thing: breaking records. Known as Konkordsky in the West, the Tu-144 could fly faster than the speed of sound, connecting cities like Moscow and Almaty in a fraction of the time. While it never quite achieved the same success as Concorde, the Tu-144 still made waves in aviation history, representing Soviet ambition to keep up with, and sometimes outpace, the West in the skies. Bold, fast, and revolutionary, it was a glimpse of what air travel might have looked like in a parallel universe. Tupolev Tu-95s. This colossal turboprop bomber has been a symbol of Soviet military power since the 1950s. With its counter-rotating propellers and massive wingspan, it could cruise for thousands of miles, carrying an arsenal of nuclear bombs or missiles. The Tu-95's unique sound made it impossible to miss, earning it a legendary reputation among Cold War aircraft. Despite its age, this beast remains in service today, proving that its design is as endearing as it is intimidating. Sukhoi Su-25. The Su-25 Frogfoot was made for one thing: taking the hits and hitting back harder. This rugged ground attack aircraft was like a flying tank, built to withstand enemy fire while delivering devastating blows to targets on the ground. With its heavy armor, twin engines, and massive weapons payload, the Su-25 became a favorite for close air support missions. Its ability to operate in harsh conditions and survive incredible damage made it a legend on the battlefield. Whether flying low and slow or unleashing a storm of rockets, the Frogfoot proved that toughness wins wars. Project 1234. Don't let its small size fool you. Project 1234, or the Ovad-class missile boat, is a compact vessel with deadly potential. Designed for quick, powerful strikes, this Soviet-era warship is equipped with anti-ship missiles that can take down much larger targets. At just over 185 feet long, it's highly maneuverable and built to operate in shallow waters, making it ideal for coastal defense and ambushes. Its advanced radar and targeting systems allow it to hit targets with precision, while its speed ensures it can evade counterattacks. Though small, the Ovad-class packs a serious punch, earning its reputation as a Mosquito Fleet vessel capable of delivering devastating blows in naval engagements. T-34 tank. This tank is a legend of World War II, known for its game-changing design and unmatched reliability. Its sloped armor deflected enemy shells, while its powerful 76.2 mm gun could destroy almost any target on the battlefield. Fast, tough, and easy to produce, the T-34 became the backbone of Soviet armored forces, outnumbering and outlasting its adversaries. With over 84,000 units produced, it played a crucial role in turning the tide of the war. Even today, the T-34 is remembered as a symbol of resilience and ingenuity, marking a turning point in tank warfare. Snow Monster. The ZIL-E-167 is no ordinary snowmobile. It's a massive all-terrain machine built for Arctic exploration. Developed in the 1960s, this six-wheeled vehicle was designed to tackle deep snow, ice, and mud, making it perfect for traversing the harshest landscapes. Powered by two V8 engines, it had the strength to carry large crews and heavy loads while maintaining stability on treacherous terrain. With its oversized tires and robust construction, the ZIL-E-167 became a symbol of Soviet innovation in Arctic research and logistics. Though it never saw widespread use, its design inspired future vehicles for extreme environments. Blackjack.
160 strategic nuclear capable bombers has just landed!
The Tupolev Tu-160, known as the Blackjack, is a strategic bomber with unmatched size and power. Stretching 177 feet long and boasting a 183-foot wingspan, it's the largest and heaviest supersonic aircraft ever created. Designed during the Cold War, this massive jet was built for long-range nuclear strike missions, capable of carrying a devastating payload over vast distances. Its variable sweep wings enable it to switch between high-speed supersonic flight and efficient low-speed cruising, making it both fast and versatile. Powered by 4 powerful turbofan engines, the Tu-160 reaches speeds of up to Mach 2.05 while carrying 40 tons of arsenal. Dubbed the White Swan by its pilots, this iconic bomber remains a symbol of Soviet engineering prowess, continuing to serve as a key element in Russia's strategic air force today.
It is designed to deliver nuclear and conventional weapons and strike strategic targets. It may carry up to 12 missiles at once.
ZIL 4904. This vehicle helped screw the terrain, just as the terrain screwed the Soviets. ZIL 4904 was designed around 1972 by Vidas Grachev. From deep snow in winter, swampy forest in the summer, to fragile ice in the spring and autumn, the vehicle was developed to be amphibious, propelled forward by 2 aluminum pontoons carved in a screw-like thread that churned through squishy terrain just as the screw twists into the wood. Snow or swamps, nothing could stop it from plowing through at running speed, but they couldn't move through concrete areas, and since it was quite high profile, its use was rendered to be quite limited. Without much of the vehicle, the Soviets retired the ZIL 4904s, although it is still used by the Russian Federal Service for aerospace research and rescue. Yakovlev VVP-6. The Soviets surely wanted to have a sort of helicarrier of their own, and came out with an experimental design of a multi-rotor helicopter capable of vertical takeoff and landing. It was also able to provide support with a surface-to-air missile platform. The VVP-6 is a 49-meter long and 6 meters wide fuselage, which is almost the size of a Boeing 777. It has 6 rotor blades, each powered by 2 turbofan engines, totaling it to 24 engines on a single vehicle. These rotors were designed just to lift it, but also to steady or slowed to steer the craft, negating the use of a tail rotor. It could carry up to 50 tons of cargo, which could be anything from supplies, troops, and even heavy warheads that could be launched while in flight. It never progressed beyond the model stage. Zubr-2 aerosled. Using reindeer sounded quite obsolete, especially since the development of Soviet tech was on steroids. First prototype built in 1903 by Sergei Nezhdanovsky was named Aerosani, and it's only in 1909-10 when it was tested with propelled aircraft engines. An updated version, which is also might be the world's funkiest looking aerosled, was built in 1959 after the Soviet engineers used the engine from a Yak-12 airplane onto the back of a Gaz M20 sedan and replaced the wheels with Teflon-coated skis. The Zubr-2s were tasked as mail delivery vehicles to villages of the country isolated in extreme cold towards the north in places such as frozen rivers of Siberia. This glorified mail car was beset with problems. It struggled to climb hills, and on narrow forest paths it slid around hopelessly. Add to that the tight space for carrying the postal cargo. Around 100 Zubr-2 aerosleds were built, but only one vehicle remains intact, looking like a duck out of water inside Moscow's Central Air Force Museum. Hovercraft tank. Hovercraft vehicle was first designed by a Soviet engineer, Vladimir Israelovich Levkov, in the mid-1930s. Based on a theory he figured out with numerous attempts to perfect the air cushion technology. In 1934, he designed and perfected what you could now say as the first hovercraft in the world. The L-1 hovercraft boat with an additional high-speed capable L-5 soon to follow. Successive trails opened the doors, not just to a transporter, but a tank. A quarter-scale mock-up model was developed to be 200 mm above the sea level, powered by 2 M25 engines with a horsepower of 1450 and weighing 8.5 tons, allowing it to reach a speed of 74 miles per hour. Considering modern tanks can move 60 miles per hour, this was a huge breakthrough. The idea was to have a hover tank housing a machine gun turret on the top along with thick armor plates, but for it to hover, the armor weight had to be reduced. Having thickness to just 10-13 mm made it an easy target for artillery shells. Unfortunately, the Soviet Union collapsed before being put into production, or else this could have cushioned that fall. Tu-160 Tu-160 was a Soviet 420 mm self-propelled heavy artillery that was capable of firing huge 280 mm atomic shells, or in other words, small nuclear bombs. An experimental model was designed and built by the Kirov plant, completed in 1957. The barrel of this cannon was 20 meters long, allowing it to fire rounds as heavy as 750 kilograms as far as 45 kilometers. Reloading and arming the artillery was complex, which also affected its rate of fire with a single round every 5 minutes. The design had serious flaws, such as the recoil of the gun that was so strong that it ripped the gearbox from its mountings. The development was abandoned in 1960, along with the idea of overpowered guns in favor of tactical ballistic missiles. Zveno project. Now, this was more of a circus thing than a viable military project that involved a bomber specially modified not to hold bombs but fighter jets. It consisted of a Tupolev TB-1 or a Tupolev TB-3 heavy bomber mothership and 2 to 5 fighters. This helped increase flight duration as the bombers had a fuel capacity large enough to not just carry the planes into the battle, but also to refuel from the bomber. These motherships were used against targets in Romania at the beginning stages of the German-Soviet War. A same type of mothership was used to carry out an attack against a bridge on the river Dnieper, which was captured by German forces. Antonov A-40. If you thought Soviets were insane with the Zveno project, then you haven't heard of this one. Antonov A-40 Krylia Tanka, also called the A-40T or KT, was a design that Soviets attempted to come up with by having a tank to glide onto a battlefield by being towed on an airplane. Experimental efforts started in 1930s with the idea to parachute tanks or simply dropping them into water. In 1942, Soviet glider designer Oleg Antonov took a step further and created an attachable cradle prototype made of biplane wings, backed by twin tails which would attach onto the hull of the tank. The A-40 would then be towed to a bomber, which would be released so that it could glide into the enemy territory and shed its wings upon landing to fight as a standard tank. The tank did survive the landing, but the project didn't, and it had to be ironically dropped in favor of a more conventional weapon system, much to the relief of the tank crew. Sukhoi Su-47 Berkut. Ever wondered what a fighter jet from the future might look like? The Sukhoi Su-47. Berkut's forward-swept wings give it an otherworldly appearance that could easily be mistaken for a craft from another planet. Designed with cutting-edge technology, the Su-47 was all about performance, featuring some of the most advanced flight controls and materials of its time. These forward-swept wings allowed for greater agility, making the Berkut an absolute beast in the air. While it never made it into full production, the Berkut's daring design influenced future jets and is still admired by aviation enthusiasts. Its futuristic look and insane capabilities leave us wondering what could have been if this bird had taken flight in full force. Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-105. Imagine a spaceplane that could take off like an airplane and reach orbit without a rocket. That was the bold dream behind the Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-105, a Soviet prototype designed to break all the rules of space travel. Shaped like a strange hybrid between an airplane and a spacecraft, the MiG-105 was part of an ambitious Soviet space program to explore new ways of reaching orbit. Though it never got off the ground in the way it was intended, the MiG-105 was a glimpse into what might have been a spacecraft that could launch from the sky and soar beyond. Its futuristic design and cutting-edge tech still capture the imagination of space enthusiasts today, marking an unforgettable moment in space exploration history. Yakovlev Yak-38. Think of a fighter jet that could leap off the ground like a helicopter and zip through the skies. This was the Yakovlev Yak-38. Built for the Soviet Navy, this vertical takeoff and landing VTOL jet was designed to operate from small aircraft carriers. Its compact design and unique lift engines allowed it to launch and land almost anywhere. While it couldn't match the speed or firepower of traditional jets, the Yak-38 proved that versatility could trump raw power in the right situation. It paved the way for VTOL technology and remains an important chapter in aviation history. Typhoon-class submarine. This isn't just big, it's a giant lurking beneath the ocean surface. These massive underwater fortresses were the largest submarines ever built, designed to carry nuclear missiles during the Cold War. Stretching over 570 feet long, they could house a crew of more than 160 and remain submerged for months at a time. Armed to the teeth, a single Typhoon could deliver enough firepower to alter the course of history. Its quiet engines and immense size made it the ultimate deterrent, silently patrolling the depths with unmatched power. Sovremenny-class destroyer. When it came to heavily armed surface warships, the Sovremenny-class destroyer was the Soviet Union's pride and joy. Loaded with anti-ship missiles, torpedoes, and a powerful gun battery, it was built to take on enemy fleets and protect key naval assets. These ships were fast, heavily armored, and equipped with advanced radar systems to track and destroy threats. Often seen escorting aircraft carriers or conducting offensive missions, the Sovremenny-class was a force to be reckoned with. Its intimidating firepower and sleek design made it a symbol of Soviet naval dominance. Zubr-class hovercraft. It is an amphibious assault vehicle like no other, holding the title of the world's largest hovercraft. Built for speed and power, it's capable of carrying tanks, troops, and equipment straight onto enemy shores. At over 187 feet long, it looks like a massive floating fortress skimming across the water. Its massive air cushion allows it to glide over land and sea, reaching areas inaccessible to traditional ships. Armed with multiple rocket launchers and air defense systems, the Zubr-class isn't just a transport, it's a weapon in itself. Designed for amphibious assaults, it can quickly deploy a small army in hostile territory. This engineering marvel has redefined rapid deployment, making it an essential asset in modern naval operations. Svetlyak patrol. At around 170 feet long, the Svetlyak-class patrol boat is a compact powerhouse designed to guard coastlines with speed and precision. It zips across the water at speeds up to 30 knots, making it ideal for quick response missions. Armed with a mix of cannons, machine guns, and anti-aircraft systems, this vessel is built to handle anything from piracy to smuggling operations. Its advanced radar and communication systems ensure excellent situational awareness, crucial for coastal defense. Future is now. The T-14 Armata is a cutting-edge tank that redefines modern armored warfare. Designed with advanced features like an unmanned turret and next-generation composite armor, it prioritizes crew safety and battlefield dominance. Its powerful 125mm smoothbore gun can fire a variety of munitions, including guided missiles, while its advanced sensors and targeting systems ensure unmatched accuracy. The Armata's active protection system can intercept incoming threats, making it nearly impervious to attacks. With its sleek design and futuristic capabilities, the T-14 represents a bold leap forward in tank technology, positioning it as one of the most advanced battle tanks in the world. Super heavy transporter. The MAZ 7907 isn't just a truck, it's a behemoth on wheels. This 16-wheeled giant was built during the Cold War to transport intercontinental ballistic missiles, making it a critical player in the Soviet Union's strategic arsenal. Measuring over 90 feet long, it could carry loads weighing hundreds of tons while traversing rough terrain with ease. Its size and power were unmatched, with a gas turbine engine driving its colossal frame. Though it never saw mass production, the MAZ 7907 remains an engineering marvel, showcasing the Soviet ambition to create machines capable of moving mountains or missiles. Mobile launcher. The MAZ 543 is a military icon, renowned for its versatility and robust design. This massive 8-wheeled truck, developed in the 1960s, became the backbone of Soviet missile transportation, carrying everything from intercontinental ballistic missiles to tactical rockets. Its rugged build and powerful 38-liter diesel engine allow it to navigate rough terrain with ease, ensuring reliable operation even in challenging environments. Measuring over 37 feet long, it boasts a modular design, enabling enabling adaptations for various military and civilian roles. Beyond missile deployment, the MAZ-543 has been used for firefighting, crane systems, and mobile radar units. Its distinctive appearance, with a cab split into two sections flanking the engine, is instantly recognizable. The MAZ-543's durability and adaptability have ensured its legacy as one of the most effective heavy-duty vehicles ever created, proving that it's not just a truck, it's a powerhouse built to handle the most demanding tasks. The ekranoplan hybrid. The VVA-14 is one of the most unusual aircraft ever built, blending elements of a plane, hovercraft, and ekranoplan into a single futuristic design. Developed in the 1970s by Soviet engineer Robert Bartini, this amphibious vehicle was designed to take off from water and skim just above the surface using ground effect technology. Its mission, to hunt NATO submarines undetected. With inflatable pontoons and vertical takeoff capabilities, the VVA-14 could operate from remote areas without runways. Powered by multiple engines, it achieved impressive speed and range for its time. Despite its innovative design, the project was shelved due to technical challenges and funding cuts, leaving only prototypes behind. The VVA-14 remains a testament to Cold War ingenuity, showcasing a bold attempt to push the boundaries of aviation and naval warfare into uncharted territory. Moon rover. The Lunokhod was a groundbreaking robotic marvel designed to explore the moon's surface like no machine had before. Built by the Soviet Union in the early 1970s, this wheeled rover was the first of its kind to operate remotely on another world. Equipped with 8 rugged wheels, solar panels, and scientific instruments, it roamed the lunar surface to study soil, take pictures, and measure radiation. Weighing nearly 2,000 pounds, Lunokhod's robust design allowed it to survive the harsh conditions of the moon, from freezing nights to scorching days. The Lunokhod 1 traveled over 6 miles, sending invaluable data back to Earth, while its successor, Lunokhod 2, broke records for distance traveled on extraterrestrial terrain. These rovers were pioneering achievements in space exploration, paving the way for future missions and proving humanity could not only reach the moon, but explore its mysteries remotely. Largest dump truck. The Belaz 75710 is an absolute titan of the mining world, built to handle the heaviest loads imaginable, measuring a staggering 67.5 feet in length and tipping the scales at 360 tons. This dump truck is among the largest on the planet. It's designed to haul up to 450 tons of ore in one go, making it an indispensable tool in massive mining operations. Powered by 2 diesel engines generating over 4,600 horsepower, the Belaz 75710 can effortlessly move its colossal payload across rugged terrain. Its 8 giant wheels are built to withstand the harshest conditions, while its advanced suspension system ensures stability under pressure. This monster truck is more than a machine. It's an engineering masterpiece, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in heavy-duty transport and redefining how the mining industry operates. Amphibious beast. The GTT is a rugged all-terrain vehicle built to conquer the toughest environments. At 20 feet long and weighing 5.5 tons, this Soviet-designed workhorse was a lifeline for troops and equipment in remote areas. With its wide tracks and lightweight design, the GTT could easily glide over swamps, deep snow, and even cross rivers, making it indispensable in regions where ordinary vehicles would get stuck. Powered by a reliable diesel engine, the GTT was surprisingly fast for its size, reaching speeds of 30 miles per hour on land and 3.7 miles per hour in water. Its spacious interior could carry up to 20 soldiers or several tons of supplies, making it versatile for military and civilian use alike. Durable and dependable, the GTT proved that no terrain was too harsh for this amphibious powerhouse. Open discussion. A true titan of the seas, the Pyotr Velikiy aka Peter the Great is a nuclear-powered battlecruiser that's as fearsome as its name suggests. Part of the Kirov class, it's one of the largest and most heavily armed warships ever built, stretching over 800 feet long. This massive vessel is loaded with an arsenal of advanced weaponry, including cruise missiles, anti-aircraft systems, and torpedoes, making it capable of engaging entire fleets and defending against aerial threats. Its nuclear propulsion system gives it nearly unlimited range, allowing it to stay at sea for months, projecting power wherever it goes. Pyotr Velikiy isn't just about brute strength, it's also packed with advanced radar and combat systems, ensuring it remains a cutting-edge force in modern naval warfare. As a symbol of Russian naval might, it's a constant reminder of the balance of power on the open ocean. That's all, folks. You have reached the end of the video. Do share which of these Soviet machines did you think was the most insane.